All right. I thought we would take a moment to let's get honest and real about postpartum while I'm doing dishes and the boys asleep. So, like, postpartum. We all knew it was coming. I, being Miss Mental Health, was just like knew it could happen. Was trying to be positive and be like, yes, I know it's gonna happen, but I've got this. I'm gonna get through this. Made plans with my therapist and my psychologist to meet with them 2 weeks after the baby was born, just to make sure everything was going good. And like, what feelings I had, I didn't expect. And I feel like because of the adoption, I actually had a bigger battle to fight, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because, so the first thing that started was in the hospital. I really started feeling like my baby didn't like me. And so I reached out to some friends, and they all told me it was normal, that like they all went through that. They all went through like even having issues connecting and all of that. Right. So that was the first like stage, I would say. Okay. So then came the next phase of the postpartum. And that was that I was not needed. That I was not needed. I felt like I would watch my husband with the baby, and the baby would calm so much faster and smoother in his arms, and he just seemed to be happier. My husband got the first smile, my husband got the first laugh, and I was just like, wow, like the baby does not like me and I'm not really needed. So then it really started getting dark, really, really dark. And at one point, I ended up waking my husband in the middle of the night and saying that I needed to excuse myself from the situation. I have yet to feel like I don't have any feelings towards the baby. It's all towards myself, that I'm just like an incubator and that I'm not really needed, and that like me, that he doesn't really want me, right? So then, and I feel like the reason I have such a harder battle of it is because I have evidence that it's true. You know, in my mind, I'm just think, well, your first child doesn't really need you. So, like, what's to say it's anything different about this second one? And it's just, yeah, it's really hard. And I've had thoughts and feelings about the adoption that I never ever thought like I was just an incubator. I've never felt like that, or never thought like that. I've always felt like, a partner or a part of a story, but never just like a machine or an item. And so the fact that that's how I was feeling is just like, I don't know, weird and scary. I wonder if it's because, my biggest complaint about the pro life and adoption whole sphere is that once the baby is born, the birth mom disappears. Um, I've been in a very great supportive group, but even then, it's like once once the unicorn came, it was like a lot of people quit, caring, which, when it's not in your face and it's not a reminder, I'm sure it's something very easily to forget. But if you're going to stand there and you're going to preach and really want women to do that, I feel like then a concerted effort should be made to remember them post adoption, saying, top one first, talking to the mothers, because not every mother wants to remember. But for me, having people just acknowledge it, like on Mother's Day, would have done a million times for me. I only have a handful of people that acknowledge it. So, but that is kind of where we're at. I'm doing better now. I still have moments and days of feeling unneeded or unimportant. And like when he wants me and cries for mama, there's this little voice in my head that's like, oh, he just wants the milk. But, my doctor was just like, dude, no one comforts you like mamas. And she's like, he wants you because of you. You are his mama. That is like more than enough. And so that was nice that she said that.
All right, are you ready for it?